Some secrets are small, some secrets are big, and some secrets can change your whole life. This is not a story about love only. This is a story about silence, regret, and truth. My name is Emma, and this is the letter I never sent. My life looked perfect from the outside. I lived in a small, quiet town. I had a husband named David. We had been married for 9 years. David was a good man. He worked hard. He never shouted. He never cheated. We had a daughter named Lucy. She was 6 years old. She loved drawing and singing. Every morning we ate breakfast together. Every night we watched TV as a family. People said, "You are lucky, Emma," and maybe I was, but inside, something was missing. David and I did not fight, but we also did not talk. We talked about food, we talked about bills, we talked about Lucy, but we never talked about us. He was always tired. I was always waiting for him to ask, "How are you really?" Waiting for him to notice that I was slowly disappearing. At night, he slept quickly. I stayed awake, looking at the ceiling, listening to the silence. Silence can be very loud. One day, everything changed. David's company hired a new manager. His name was Mark. Mark was friendly. He smiled a lot. He listened. Sometimes he came to our house for dinner. At first, it was normal, just work talk. But then, he asked me questions. "How was your day, Emma? Do you like living here? Are you happy?" No one had asked me these things in years. I answered slowly, honestly, and for the first time in a long time, I felt seen. I told myself, this is nothing, but my heart told another story. I started dressing better when Mark visited. I laughed more. I talked more. David did not notice, or maybe he did not want to notice. One evening, Mark stayed late. David was on a business call. Mark and I were alone in the kitchen. He looked at me and said, "You deserve to be happy." Those words stayed in my heart. That night, I could not sleep. I knew something was wrong, but I did nothing to stop it. The next day, I wrote a letter, not to David, not to Mark, to myself. I wrote, "Emma, you are lonely. You are not broken, but you are standing at a dangerous door." I folded the letter. I put it in a drawer. I told myself, I will fix my marriage. But fixing needs courage, and I was afraid. 1 week later, David left town for work. Lucy was sleeping. The house was quiet. Mark sent a message, "Are you okay?" I should not have replied, but I did. He came over. We talked. We cried. Then he held my hand. I did not pull away. That was the moment I crossed the line. We did not go further, but even that moment was enough. I felt guilt. I felt fear. And I felt something worse, relief. When David came back, I could not look at him. He smiled. He hugged me. I felt sick. At night, I cried silently. Lucy hugged me one day and said, "Mama, are you sad?" I lied and said, "No, sweetheart, but children feel everything." One evening, David said, "We need to talk." My heart stopped. He looked tired, older. He said, "I know I have been distant." I stayed quiet. Then he said something unexpected. I felt useless at work. I felt like a failure, so I stopped talking. Tears fell from his eyes. That was the first time I saw him cry. Then he said, "There is something else." My hands were shaking. He said, "I almost left, not for another woman, but from life." Silence. He was depressed, and I never saw it. That night, I could not keep my secret. I told him everything, about the loneliness, about Mark, about the hand-holding. David did not shout. He just sat there, quiet. After a long time, he said, "Thank you for telling the truth." That sentence broke me. We did not speak for days. Then David said, "We have two choices. One, we walk away. Two, we fight for this family." I looked at Lucy playing on the floor. I remembered the letter in the drawer. I said, "I want to fight." David nodded. We started therapy. It was uncomfortable, painful, but honest. We learned how to talk again, how to listen. I cut all contact with Mark. David took time off work. Slowly, very slowly, the silence became softer. 1 year later, I found the letter again. I read it. Then I wrote another one. This time I did not hide it. I gave it to David. It said, "We almost lost everything, but we chose truth, and truth saved us." He hugged me. Not all betrayals are physical. Some start with silence. If you feel lonely in love, speak before someone else listens, because some letters should never stay unsent.